Good morning, students. How are you? Fine, no? Okay. Yesterday we had discussions about the various forms of rivers, the various parts of rivers. With that, we have ended. Today we will go further about the importance of river, and therefore, please take your book, page number 39, and pencil in hand. And so, what are the important? Why rivers are important? Uh, Water is life, and therefore, any organisms or any living being, for its survival, need water. If you remember, we had discussions on various river valley civilizations. Do you? And in that we have come to know that all the civilizations have developed at the bank of a river, and so river water serves many of our day-to-day life purposes. And so river carries water and nutrients to areas all around. Okay, it carries water, and with water many types of nutrients. You know that what is nutrients. I'm not going to ask you or define you. Anyway, you should remind that. So so they play a very important part in our water cycle also. River plays important part in our water cycle. Next, acting as drainage canals for surface water. So there are these are various ways in which we are benefited by river. River drains nearly 75% of the earth's land surface. So river also provides important drinking water. See, drinking water also it provides. It also provides the transporting the goods. Many of our goods are transported through the water bodies. Surely today it is less in rivers, but in other forms of water body, large water bodies, this carrying of the commercial goods are done by that. Habitat. What is that? Rivers provides excellent habitat and food for many organisms, earth's organisms, both birds as well as aquatic animals and the animals that live on surface of the earth, hard surface of the earth. And so I'm not going to read each line, but this is what it means. Habitat means a conducive living area, living place, where various forms of organisms, living organisms, they live and survive. Next one is a bird, such as the kingfishers eat small fish and all that. These are examples. There are so many aquatic birds that feed on water, and the organisms that live in water. I had told you transport. So here it is, the transport. River provides travel routes for explorations, commerce and recreations. Next one, pretty much every river in the world has been used as one point or the another to transport people and provide goods. People and goods, they transport through rivers. In developed and developing countries alike, river still plays a critical role in providing freight. That is, what is freight? Freight is flowing out, moving out by small and large ships. Freight that includes everything from automobiles and heavy equipments to food and clothing. Next one is farming. Yes, agriculture. It is a great source of agricultural work. The river valleys and plains provide fertile soil. Farmers in dry regions irrigate their crops. They carry goods and other things through water. So these are the benefits that we are speaking. Next one is the energy. Another important resource that river today plays is the providing energy. What do you mean by energy? Energy is, we mainly, when we speak energy, we refer it to electricity. So river provides important energy resource. Okay, during the early industrial era, mills, shops, and factories were built near near the fast flowing rivers. Water could be used to power machines. Today we are using it to generate electricity. So fast flowing rivers are still used to power hydroelectricity and all that. So these are rivers are very, very important to us. Now another form of water body is the estuaries. Now what is this estuaries? Here it is says that estuaries are the funnel shaped single channel opening at the mouth of a river. Simple as that. When river flows, usually what happens is, when it reaches, we have seen the last part of the river. There are three parts of the river. Okay, source, the upper part, middle part, and the lower part. Lower part, when it reaches to the lower part, the water moves very slowly and it spreads a lot of what called soil and sand around, and it creates the distributaries. There are a lot of distributaries. Main river is branched out in various small rivers and make the delta. We have got the delta. Okay, Brahmaputra delta. The best delta we have, for example, is Brahmaputra delta, and before it meets Bay of Bengal. So there is a formation of delta. Whereas there are some rivers which does not form. They do not form the deltas, but they make a single funnel like opening to the large water body and fall into this kind of river mouth is known as estuaries. Did you understand? Estuaries. Okay. Yes. Here there are fresh water from rivers and streams that meet and mix the salt water. Salt water, that means sea or the ocean. So they have a deep mouth. It's not the flat delta mouth or the mouth. They have got the deep mouth, strong tidal water current, and no deposition. There is no deposition of soil or the sand over there. No deposition. Everything flows into it. That is the characteristics of the estuaries. Narmada and Tapi are the example today we have. They fall into the Arabian Sea. Okay. Next, bay and gulf. What is this bay? First, let us define it. What is bay? Then you will understand what is bay. Bay is a curved indentation of a sea or a lake into the land with wide opening. Wide opening is a bay. That is indentation. What is this indentation? Going into the land mass. The water bodies entering into the land mass is known as the indentation. Entering into the land and is making wide opening. For example, we have the Bay of Bengal. Just on this same page, you see the Bay of Bengal. It is written. See here, the from the east you see Myanmar, Andaman Nicobar, and on top Myanmar is there, and the Rangoon. In the western side you see here it is written Madras. It's not Madras. It's Chennai today, and the India. So India and Myanmar both make a gulf, a wide opening gulf. The sea is entering into, making a wide opening and entering like this. It's almost making a triangular shape. This is the bay. Okay, this type of formation of water body is known as bay. Another thing is the gulf. We have today so many gulfs. Gulf. What is this gulf? Let us define it. Gulf is an inlet. Inlet means also going into the what is the yes, inlet going into the landmass of an ocean or the sea deep into the land with a narrow mouth, not wide mouth, narrow mouth. See the difference between the bay and the gulf. Okay, bay and see the difference between the indentation and the gulf. Indentation just opening with a wide mouth. Indentation, that is called, and the inlet is that narrowly it is going into the water body, line mass, water body entering into the line mass, giving small formation. That is called indentation and inlet. So simply entering into it. It is more highly indented, only more highly indented, entered into, more enclosed. It is more enclosed, covered up from everywhere by the coasts. So here this is the important thing. Some examples of the Gulf are Persian Gulf. You know that where it is Persian Gulf in the map of the world. If you see Persian Gulf, here just open page number, just turn back page number 36. Persian Gulf. Here it is Persian Gulf. Okay, just above the Arabian Sea. Okay, Persian Gulf, Caspian Sea, and all that is there down below. The Gulf entering in the narrow stretch of a water body entering into the landmass is known as Gulf. Narrow stretch of a water body. That is the Gulf. So we have in India, we have got also the Gulf. Gulf in Gujarat we have got 2 gulfs. So here entering into the Persian Gulf, Mexican Gulf, Gulf of Eden, and Gulf of Bothnia. These are the international gulfs and all that. So that is the difference between bay and gulf. Another thing is strait. What is strait? Here isthmus is not given. You will find out this isthmus also. What is isthmus then? Isthmus is a narrow stretch of water body that joins 2 large water bodies. Okay, I repeat, a strait is a narrow stretch of water body that joins 2 large water bodies. That is called the strait. What is isthmus? A narrow stretch of a land mass that joins 2 large land masses. That is called isthmus. So the strait that connects the Bay of Bengal in the northeast and the Gulf of Mannar in southwest. So here is here. Just you see the map there below there, you will be able to see. That is what we are going to discuss today. Next thing is if river is so important, water is so important, then we have to be careful. Then pollution of water bodies. See how water is polluted. Once water is polluted, it becomes useless. Okay, so water pollution is defined as the presence of toxic chemical and biological agents in the groundwater. That is water pollution. Okay, so you know that how water is polluted in the various ways. Okay, so some examples are here. Major water pollutants that affects the health of human are the numerous infectious agents like bacteria, virus, and the parasites that contaminate the water through sewage, through the canal that comes through the drainage that comes out from our houses. Okay, they are all animal excreta. Okay, animal deposit, all these things are the agents of pollution. The radioactive waste that contains highly toxic material, uranium, thorium, and radion, and the other things are that they result into a formation of a large amount of water pollution it causes. Next one is the chemical substances that contaminate the water, can be either organic or pesticide, plastics, oil, or detergent coming from the domestic means from our household, industrial or agricultural waste. Inorganic are, what are the inorganic chemicals? The acids, metals, salts, or domestic and industrial effluents that the chemicals that are coming from the see the oil spill and then industrial waste, how they are drained into the river water or the other water bodies. So this is how we have so we, with this we complete the lesson 3. We are going to discuss the question answer later. So please go through the points. I did not read much and explain line by line. Yesterday I told so 2-3 places I have skipped. I did not discuss much, but these are just to go through for yourself and remember the points. Okay, thank you.